Hi Restoration family, it's Isaiah Brooms here, and we have a special treat for you today. We have our very own Patty Downie, who is also my mother-in-law, and she is with us outside of Virginia Hospital Center where she works.
I would like to share my story of grace and hope with you. It is a story of God's love and care for me as I've worked as a nurse at the hospital during the coronavirus pandemic.
But in Virginia, all public and private schools will remain closed for the rest of the academic year because of COVID-19.
All right, in the meantime, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam ordering all non-essential businesses in the state to close by 11:59 tonight.
Every age group needs to act responsibly and stay home.
The hospital was carefully making plans to care for coronavirus patients. Leadership had to make sure adequate staffing and resources were in place, as we were expecting a large influx of patients, many who would need critical support. Since I had had critical care experience once sometime in the past, I was asked if I would be willing to train and work in the critical care area with the most critically ill patients. I said yes. I had this deep willingness in my heart to go and care for these patients. But it wasn't long before my mind caught up with my heart, and I started to ask some very legitimate questions and had some very legitimate concerns. I told myself, Patty, you are old. Old, like you get to go to the grocery store and shop before everyone else because it's safer for you. You know, you're not only old, but you are old and you have underlying health issues. Now, I've spent a lot of my life worrying about my 4 kids, but now they were all worried about me. Mom, we need you. Your grandchildren need you. My concerned friends assured me I had devoted years to my profession and the care of patients, and that it was okay for me to let the next generation of nurses step up to this challenge. And so I prayed, and I asked God to show me what to do. My friends prayed. Family prayed, many of you prayed. And soon God brought this wonderful and reassuring verse to me. It says, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in various forms. The gift of mercy is a gift that God has entrusted to me to serve others. And when I reached out with sincere questions and a willing heart to employee health, the hospital leadership graciously provided direction and protection for me in the workplace. Instead of working in the critical care area, I remained on my unit caring for patients with urgent and emergent needs. And Tom, he moved over to my dad's home, where they have been observing stay-at-home orders, exercising, cooking, chopping lots of wood, and creatively evicting 2 foxes who have tried to move in. I took one long last bike ride to visit each of my kids and grandkids before I went into work at the hospital, knowing that I would be self-isolating from then until who knew when. I was sad to know that we were going to be separated, but I had peace because I knew that I was doing the work that God had prepared me to do. And God brought me into the lives of patients who were sad and separated from their families, weary, anxious, and sick, so He could accomplish His healing work. God's grace provided answers for my questions, the peace of His protection, and unexpected blessings. God gives us hope. He knows the challenges we are facing, and He is right there with us.